See how wild and wide his punches are? And Casamayor just stays tight, stays inside, and he makes him pay for his wild shots. Straight left hand right down the middle, pops him on the chin, but doesn't shift the legs of Arias. Casamayor again, right on top of him, just standing there, nothing fancy, goes out with that left hand lead again and really tagged in that time, bounced the head back, no effect yet on Arias, but those accumulation of those punches will take a toll.
And with Casamayor able to double jab his way in, that's a sign of bigger things to come. As the fight has progressed, he is finding a home for 2, sometimes 3 jabs in a row, and that is setting up the power punch behind it.
Well, it looks like Casamayor has more power than Arias to begin with because he's kind of muscling him around, and you see from time to time Arias like that off balance, and you don't see that with Casamayor. He makes a miss as he just slips down, bends his legs, and lets that left hand go sailing over his head. Then he's right in front of him again, throws punches again. Arias is a wide, taking on the hips. He's trying to get to the body, but Casamayor did take a pretty good body shot that time as the bell sounds, ending round number 3. That was a good round, but that was definitely a Casamayor round.
Oh, dominant.
We're in the Pyramid in Memphis, Tennessee, and how about the security here, huh?
I'll tell you what, it's a good thing we came here early. We came through a line. It was like an airline terminal, and I was glad to see the intense security for a major event like this, and they were right on top of it.
Well, this is a huge event, and that's what has, if you think you folks that are watching around the world are pumped for Dave and I to be here right at ringside where you can get the spray of the perspiration of the fighters on you. Right. Oh, it's so close, it's that exciting.
We got to back him up.
And it's going to be a whole lot more exciting in about an hour from now when you see Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson come in.
You got to come outside. You got to come outside that right foot, and you got to bang.
Good Casamayor action in the last round after Arias comes to him, and there's a head to the jaw of Casamayor, and he was able to step back, find some angles, and land a nice straight left hand getting through there, and he got his jab going too.
All right, I gave Casamayor 1 and 3. Possibly some judges could give Arias the second round. I don't know. Casamayor, the busier of the 2 fighters. Here we go. Round number 4 again, scheduled for 10. We're in Memphis, Tennessee. Bob Sheridan along with Dave Bontempo. And look at the punches there. There's the power of Casamayor with that uppercut. He can throw the straight right hand. He can certainly throw the straight left hand with tremendous power, and then you see those uppercuts. Meanwhile, Arias is throwing shoe-shine punches. There he got through with a straight right hand and really pounded the body hard, but it takes no effect on the chiseled body of Yoel Casamayor.
We see Arias come out in the beginning of some rounds, very fresh after that minute off, come out with the right hand lead, score pretty well, go to the body pretty well. The question will be, as the round progresses, will he be able to keep it up, or will Casamayor make the adjustment and show some angles on him and move?
Well, I'll tell you this, Arias is fighting as hard as he can, and I still feel that Casamayor is hurting him with the heavier blows when you see the guy get pushed straight back like that. Look how hard Arias is working, and it's got to be frustrating, David, when you are throwing and working as hard as you can and just nothing takes effect.
That's why speed is such an intangible benefit in this game. You can have all the heart, power, and intensity in the world, but if the guy is able to move his feet and not be there, as Casamayor can do all the time, it seems, then it negates a lot of those strengths.
And while we see a lot of punches being thrown by both guys, the ones that are landing are off the hands of Casamayor, both to the body and upstairs. The face is getting to be, well, it's getting welted all up right now of Arias. He's taking a lot of punishment both to the body, as I said, and certainly it's noticeable in the face. He loads up the shots, and he's hit to the body, and he bangs up against the rope. Here's a standing 8 count. He'll take it up to 8. He'll be all right, but he got banged, and he would have gone down had the ropes not been there, so he called it a knockdown.
And standing 8 count counts as a knockdown, makes it just about an automatic 10-8 round, and Arias has other issues with Casamayor, just staying in the fight.
Well, he's hurt right now, and he hurt him to the body. It must have been a liver shot or something, the way he reacted, because Casamayor just teeing off. As I say that, Arias tries to fight back gamely, but his hands aren't there. We got 51 seconds to go, and Casamayor just teeing off on body shots. He thinks he can knock him out with a body shot.
Well, there were a couple uppercuts which set this up just before the body shot onslaught, and Casamayor is focused. That's what veterans do. They find one opening, and they just go to it until you take it away.
33 seconds to go, and Casamayor trying to finish this in short form here in the 4th round. Arias hanging in there gamely. He seems like he's recovered right now, but he's very sloppy, kind of loose in the knees. Big left hook bangs him. That's actually a left cross to the southpaw, but nonetheless, it's a crushing left hand, and it hurt Arias. Arias, with his back up against the ropes, his hands are down, and Casamayor realizes that he can hit him. We're in the closing seconds now of the 4th round of this scheduled 10-round affair. And now we've called timeout. And let's see what this is all about.
I'm telling you right now, quit the yapping at me. Quit the yapping, you're out of here. You're out of here.
Okay. Do you see what's going on here? Bill Clancy's in charge, and he tells the corner of Arias, stop yapping at him, or you're out of here. That means disqualification. So they can't, you can't coach from the corner. And if you're screaming at the referee constantly, you distract him, and Bill's not going to have it.
Sort of like taking a point away from the corner, but no point comes off.
But a point does come off there, as you know, that standing 8 count counts as a knockdown. So we got us a 10-8 round for Casamayor.
You're doing your job. I won't have to say anything. It's not a foul.
She's not pulling him down.
Bullshit.
All right, well, and the referee is going to evidently give Casamayor the favorite treatment, okay? If he's going to fight you dirty, you're going to have to give it back to him.
That's interesting, David. If you're going to fight, him dirty, he's not fighting dirty. They're both, with the movement of hitting, borderline shots, but it's not dirty fighting.
Corner's trying to work their fighter a little bit and pump his confidence up, and with good reason after moments like this, as Casamayor really drilling tremendous body shots here on Arias. That's tremendous power shots. Very painful on the receiving end as he gets nailed. The uppercuts had set up some of this, and he just got caught in the standing 8 count right after that.
All right, here we go, round number 5, and let's see if Arias does what his corner wants. They want him to turn this into a Pier 6 brawl. I wouldn't suggest it. Casamayor is too slick for that. He's been around the block too many times. I mean, this guy had over 200 amateur fights fighting for Cuba, and Arias doing the best he can to keep it clean, keeping his hands high, and it's a clean fight. Casamayor kind of surprised and a little off balance that time. It wasn't a punch. He was just off balance and in an awkward position, but it didn't look good for him.
We're going to find out pretty soon how much is left in the tank of Arias, because he was drilled with repeated body shots in the last round. And as other rounds, he's come out here pretty fresh. Let's see if he can continue it over the course of the entire round.
And he hasn't done that since the 2nd round of the fight. We're in round number 5. He had a good 2nd round, and Dave, he was able to sustain it for most of the 2nd round, which he wasn't able to do in the 3rd round for sure. And then in the 4th round with the standing 8 count and the big shot to the body. And now again, it's Casamayor who has turned the assault around to his own offensive assault. As you see Arias working hard, but nothing real effective. He banged him to the side of the head that time. This kid's working extremely hard, but again, I talk about the frustration factor because it's taking no effect on Casamayor.
And then when you look at the fight within the fight, this is Arias' big gamble. He's come out here and tried to put it all together. If he does his best work here and doesn't come back to the corner and feel like he won the round, he could be very discouraged for later on in this fight. So this is a key psychological moment for Arias to continue in this fight.
And let's watch these borderline low blows that the corner of Arias is complaining about, because, again, I know Bill Clancy, and he's not giving any favorite status to Casamayor, I'll guarantee you. But Casamayor knows what's legal and what's not legal. And again, I mentioned Chavez on several occasions tonight. There's a guy that made a career of borderline low blows, but look at this. See, these shots are borderline, but they are legal shots.
And remember the golden rule: if you throw the shot, it's a borderline shot, it's clean. If you receive it, it was low.
That's it. Round number 5 continues with about 49 seconds to go here from the Pyramid in Memphis, Tennessee. Bob Sheridan, Dave Bontempo bringing you the action around the world as Casamayor tries to work on Juan Arias. Casamayor, the former WBA 130-pound champ of the world. And this kid Arias, a tough cookie, but he's running into a lot of problems here with your Casamayor, who's shown superior hand speed so far, superior ring generalship, and superior power so far.
And often that's enough to outdo superior heart, which is what Arias has brought to the table, and he continues to try on Casamayor here. Good right hand got in.
Well, Arias is having a pretty good round in the fact that he came back and then trying to sustain it. He started out very fast, but then it shifted around back to Casamayor. And then in the last 30 seconds of the round, Arias had another pretty good few seconds. So that's the best round since the 2nd round for Arias. But I don't know if it's enough for him to win the round.
What round is this? I don't know. Find out in a second. Well, there you go. It's got to be 6. 6. With 6. All right. Okay. Okay, now. No, no ponga tus manos abajo.
Ya.
Mira, no solamente izquierda, ¿ok? Tú tienes upers grandes.
Well, as the sun has set on the Mississippi